Okay, so after completing all the motivation, we are here to learn some physics. So let's get started with the first lesson of physics, 12 physics. Okay, this is what we are going to discuss in today's video. So the first lesson I picked for you, that is from electrostatics, the whole electrostatics. So what you have to know about electrostatics? Well, what you know about electrostatics? Well, electrostatics, it is something like the electrons, okay, they are not moving. They are stable or stationary at a position, so they are not moving. Okay, and in the whole lesson, like how you can understand the charges, like the charge is stable or not, and how can you find out the number of electrons, the charges, okay, in any particular thing. Like we use a formula that is Q equals Ne. Here N, that is number of electrons we are using, and E, that is the mass of electrode. Now, except these things, we have other more in the electrostatic sort of things. So the other stuff we have in physics, especially in this lesson of electrostatics, that is Coulomb's law. Now, what do you know about Coulomb's law? Well, first things first, that Coulomb's law, it is applied for two charges. Okay, you have to have at least two charges to use this law, and there must be like a certain distance between these two charges. So if there are certain distances between these two charges, then you can easily use Coulomb's law, and that is K equals, actually it's F equals K Q1 Q2 over R square. Okay, here K, that is Coulomb's constant, and you can even figure out what is Coulomb's constant just by using like Coulomb itself give an idea like how to find out the constant. Well, that is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, and its other value, that is 10 times 10 power 9 as well. And there is another thing we have, that is epsilon naught. Well, the values I told you right away. Now, other things to keep in mind in electrostatics, these are the electric field lines. So what are the electric field lines? Well, just consider we have two charges, okay, like charge A or Q1 and Q2, okay. Now these two charges, now there are two possibilities whether these two charges are like or these two charges are unlike. If they are like charges, then they will repel each other, and if they are unlike charges, then they will attract each other. Now other things we're talking about, that is the electric field lines. Now electric field lines that will appear between these two charges, whether they are like or unlike. If they are unlike charges, then they will repel each other. It means they will be like radially outward. And one thing we learned about positive and negative charges, that is like positive, it is radially outward, and negative is radially inward. So that shows all the possible ways, like the lines between them, the force, okay, which is acting between these two charges are called electric field, okay, lines. So this is all. Well, there is nothing hard in the whole lesson of electrostatics. You can keep in mind nothing is very typical in it. I hope you understand all the things that we just talked about, and I would say just always be motivated.